And we've been talking about this for the past few hours, the wind. And it was last night where we had the strongest wind gusts throughout the state. And many of you on Facebook and Twitter have had your feedback and your thoughts as to which of these towns and communities had the highest wind gusts. From what I saw, most of you think it's Gallup. Not the case. It's actually a tie with Las Vegas and Farmington, both at 62 miles per hour. Here in the metro, weren't far behind with a 61 mile per hour wind gust around 11:30 last night, in Gallup at 59. So what a night it was throughout the land of enchantment. Different story right now. Wind gusts have died down quite a bit, anywhere from 25 to 35 miles per hour throughout the state. Farmington, you are now at 23. Las Vegas, 31. Gallup, not recording a wind gust right now, neither. Klein's Corners are here in the metro. Socorro, your wind gust is at 23. A wind advisory, though, still in effect for the area shaded in yellow. That's generally along the eastern slopes of the northern and central mountains until 8 o'clock tonight, where 45 mile per hour gusts are still anticipated. Also, high fire danger for southeastern New Mexico until 9, so outdoor burning not recommended there. But we are tracking some light rain and snow showers to the north in places like Red River and just to the east of Cuesta, and in places like southern Colorado, all slowly moving towards the east. Temperatures outside are still warm in the southern half of the state. 70s for Carlsbad, Roswell, Alamogordo, 70 in Las Cruces. Here in the metro, we are at 61, and up in Santa Fe, it is 43, and chilly up in Taos, now at 48. The storm that brought the high winds last night has quickly raced off towards the east, and here's our third storm that's moving on through, but it's not as strong as the last two, so the winds will not be as strong, but some breezes will hang around for your Friday, and it looks like it's going to be a fantastic start to your weekend. One reason why? The wind will begin to die down later tonight. Again, point for a future cast, wind not showing much for your Thursday. Friday, still some breezes here and there during the afternoon, but then by Friday night, the wind dies down. Same for Saturday. I think this is going to be the nicest day of the weekend, and then we have to keep an eye on our next wind maker, which will arrive, unfortunately, as early as Sunday. What does that mean? High fire danger, blowing dust, and yes, more tumbleweeds hitting the road and perhaps you, so be careful this weekend. Now, the forecast for tonight calling for lows in the 30s and 40s throughout the southern half of the state. Highs tomorrow in the 60s and 70s, although there will be a couple of spots around 80, including Roswell. 80 for your Friday. Sunny skies for the weekend, but the wind will return big time on Sunday with a high of 85. For the northern half of the state tonight, lows in the 20s and 30s. Highs tomorrow generally in the mid and upper 50s, including Raton 58, Las Vegas 58. Clayton, though, will top out at 62, and Farmington, you'll be at 59. 70s, though, return for you folks in San Juan County on Saturday. So does the wind, unfortunately, beginning on Sunday and again on Tuesday. For Santa Fe, expect lows tonight in the 30s with highs tomorrow near 60. Same for the Espanola Valley and 54 in Los Alamos. Some breezes still with gusts up to 35 miles per hour. And the 7-day outlook showing temperatures remaining in the 60s through Saturday, 70s on Sunday before the wind makes a comeback. For the East Mountains tonight, lows in the 20s and 30s, highs tomorrow in the 50s from Moriarty to Cedar Crest and to Harris with gusts up to 35 miles per hour. Here in the metro, should be a fantastic day tomorrow. Just some breezes still. Lows tonight in the 30s, highs tomorrow in the mid 60s, and the 7-day outlook showing those temperatures warming up into the 70s. Should be a very warm weekend. However, we have to deal with the wind again by Sunday and also on Tuesday, but at least we are not expecting 61 mile-an-hour wind gusts for at least the next couple of days. It was quite a night indeed.
It really was. Thank you, Jorge.
And it was a fantastic day here across New Mexico. It was also a fantastic day for the country and the world back in 1969.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
With those words echoed 45 years ago today, a nation watched man finally walk on the moon. Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and the Apollo 11 crew were the first to ever set foot on our celestial neighbor. The last Apollo moon mission took place back in 1972. And tonight, it's hard for many of us to see the moon because of all the cloud cover and the showers that we are still tracking at this hour. Here is a look at what's been going on the satellite radar loop over the past 12 hours. And there you see the moisture
moisture plume right along the Rio Grande Valley, stretching all the way into southern Colorado. That's because we have this area of high pressure, which has allowed temperatures to really begin to heat up, centered in southeastern parts of New Mexico. So the moisture plume is going around the weaknesses and up towards the north. That's where we've been tracking showers over the past 12 hours, and we're still tracking them at this time. Not enough, though, to cool us down. Take a look at the daytime highs across the state. Tucumcari and Carlsbad were both the winners at 102, 100 in Alamogordo, and Truth or Consequences. Las Cruces, you topped it at 101 along with Deming, and here in Albuquerque it was hot too. 95, same up in Santa Fe, and slightly cooler up in Taos, topping out at 88 degrees, where the temperatures have cooled off quite a bit thanks to those clouds and showers that we were tracking. 68 degrees there officially right now, 81 here in the metro, 64 out west for you folks in Cibola County, and down south still warm with temperatures in the mid 80s. And again, here is a look at the showers on Pinpoint 4 live Doppler radar. We'll zoom in closer towards Santa Fe and the Turquoise Trail, where we're keeping an eye on some light showers at this hour. Nothing severe, no flooding reported, just a nice mild shower to end this weekend. And up to the north, though, storms are still there just to the east and southeast of Abiquiu, slow moving, so there is a potential for some decent rain accumulations there, but again, nothing severe, no flooding anticipated with these showers. And then down south in Truth or Consequences in Sierra County, we're keeping an eye on some light showers developing even just to the west of you folks in Alamogordo, right around White Sands. Those storms slowly moving towards the west. Now, what can we expect over the next couple of days? Well, Pinpoint for Futurecast is not really showing much for the rest of the night. Looks like we're going to quiet things down a little for your Monday morning, and then by the afternoon, more storms to begin to develop east of Albuquerque and Santa Fe into the northeastern highlands and the eastern plains. Could see some heavy rain right around Clovis and Tucumcari by Monday afternoon, and then by Tuesday morning, looking quiet again, but we could see more storms begin to develop once we have that daytime heating, which we will have plenty of for the next couple of days. Lows tonight in the 60s and 70s throughout southern New Mexico. Highs tomorrow, like today, will be extremely hot at the mid and upper 90s, and yes, more 100s in some locations. Roswell close to 100 tomorrow. Chance for storms 20%, 10% Tuesday, with temperatures back in triple digits later this week. Northern half of the state tonight, 50s and 60s for overnight lows, a few spots in the 40s. Highs tomorrow, 70s, 80s, and yes, more 90s from Clayton to Tucumcari and up towards Farmington, with a chance of rain returning by Wednesday there in San Juan County, but those temperatures not cooling down at all. Still in the mid to upper 90s with lows in the mid 60s. Santa Fe tonight, some decent rain falling at this time will continue for the next few hours. Lows in the 60s, highs tomorrow in the lower 90s there for the state capital. Temperatures remaining in the lower 90s for the next 7 days. East Mountains tonight, lows in the 50s and 60s, highs tomorrow in the 80s and 90s. And it's still going to be hot to begin the work week here in Albuquerque and the metro, with temperatures remaining in the mid to upper 90s for highs. Overnight lows in the mid and upper 60s, and those temperatures will not cool off at all the next 7 days.
Hoping for some rain.
Yep, we have some right now in part of the state. Keep your fingers crossed for more this week.
Okay, thanks, Jorge.
You told us yesterday that there was a chance we could have some lingering showers in southeast New Mexico today, where they don't want lingering showers.
Yeah, they don't.
And you were right.
Yeah, there is some still in southern parts of the state. We did have a few flash flood warnings in effect, flood advisory for Otero County, and a flood warning still lingering for Eddy County due to just any little rainfall on top of an already waterlogged county, still in effect until 10:30 tonight for the urban areas and the small streams of Eddy County. Now take a look at Pinpoint 4 live Doppler radar. Not as widespread. We're talking about the storm coverage compared to yesterday, but still lingering showers and storms throughout southern New Mexico. First, we go towards the Gila, where we're picking up pockets of light to moderate shower activity moving towards the south around Silver City, Hurley, and Cliff. Meanwhile, towards the east, we're picking up some batches of heavy rain in Otero County to the southeast of you folks in Alamogordo, and some of those showers making their way into far western portions of Eddy County. But notice much of Carlsbad and Loving finally drying out, and even some lingering light showers just to the north of Hobbs. And as we head to the north, we notice just isolated pockets of showers and storms in Torrance and Guadalupe counties, but not as much happening across the rest of the state. Now here in Albuquerque, mostly clear skies, very warm temperatures, already 80 degrees at the Sunport, with dew points in the upper 40s and light winds from the west-southwest at 5 miles per hour. And there are many warmer locations, including Tucumcari at 83, 82 in Clayton, Farmington also in the lower 80s, right at 80 in Gallup, and in southern New Mexico,
much warmer now, still with a little more sunshine. Lower 80s for Carlsbad and Deming, mid 70s there in Silver City. So notice much of the activity confined generally south of I-40 as far as the showers and storms, and that's where it's going to remain at least for the rest of the night. Then we'll finally dry out just a little bit more. Now, pinpoint for futurecast for the rest of your Tuesday. Not really showing much. Again, isolated showers throughout southern New Mexico, and then by tomorrow we see some more activity try to develop, but the four corners remaining dry. High pressure will begin to build from west to east, allowing for warmer temperatures and also drier conditions for at least central and northern portions of the state. But by Thursday, we get a little more monsoon pattern trying to develop, so there is that chance of rain picking up throughout much of New Mexico, at least for late Thursday. But again, this will be more monsoon type, so just scattered showers and thunderstorms are in the forecast, not a widespread tropical system like what we had to deal with Odile last week and even earlier this week. So remember, yesterday at 8:29, it was officially the beginning of fall in the northern hemisphere. So what is ahead for fall, October through December in New Mexico? We'll have that answer coming up tonight at 6. Now, for tonight, we expect lows in the 50s and 60s throughout southern New Mexico. Highs tomorrow in the 70s and 80s in many spots, including Roswell. Notice finally drying out just a tad for tomorrow. Isolated showers Thursday, and those temperatures actually warm up quite a bit for Friday and the upcoming weekend there in Chavez County. Northern half of the state, we expect lows in the 40s and 50s tonight. Highs tomorrow, again, like today, 70s and 80s at many locations, including Farmington. You're going to top out at 85 for tomorrow, 86 Thursday, even warmer on Friday. But notice a cool down for the weekend and early next week. Chance of rain going up as well. And for Santa Fe, we expect lows in the 50s, highs tomorrow in the 80s. 70s though for Los Alamos and Taos. Isolated showers still in the forecast for the next 3 days. Goes up a little more for the weekend with temperatures cooling down early next week. East Mountains tonight, we expect lows in the 40s and 50s, highs tomorrow around 80 degrees from Tejares to Moriarty and Edgewood. And here in the metro, it's going to be a warm Wednesday with temperatures climbing into the mid 80s. Isolated showers not out of the question through at least Friday, but there is a mini cool down expected for the weekend, and the chance of rain does go up. But again, there is a flood warning for Eddy County until 10:30. Just any lingering showers there could mean problems.
All right, and that is a mini cool down.
Mini cool down.
All right, thank you. We'll let you know whether it's a go or a no.
And we hope so, because we were worried about mass ascension today, but that went off, so maybe our luck will stay the same.
Yeah, hopefully the trend continues with the weather cooperating with Balloon Fiesta. And it was this morning a spectacular view from Mass Ascension. It turned out to be a beautiful morning for that, although rain did hit parts of the metro last night. The remnants of Simon took a break in the morning, setting up for a foggy start in some spots, but also allowing for the Albuquerque box to take effect for the first time. This Balloon Fiesta was beautiful indeed. However, switching gears now, we're talking about a serious situation in northeastern New Mexico where severe thunderstorm warnings in effect until 6:30 for Union County for a storm just to the north of Clayton. There you see on Pinpoint for live Doppler radar a lot more activity on the map today. And there you see the line of storms beginning to weaken now. That is some good news, but still producing heavy rain right around Audencio and the Dry Seaman Highway in northern parts of the county, and even more storms developing in Des Moines and eastern portions of Colfax County. The storm's moving towards the east. And the storm that is just moving to the northwest of Tucumcari had a history of producing nickel-sized hail. Fortunately, it is beginning to rapidly move towards the north over open country, but still some strong storms in Quay County as we speak. And now we zoom into the metro, and we are just picking up very light showers now to the west of Balloon Fiesta Park. Good news there for tonight's Glodio. Hopefully it goes off without a hitch. But there you see more storms on the way in parts of Cibola County. These storms are moving towards the east and northeast, and even more showers developing in the Jemez to the southwest of Los Alamos, also moving that way. So again, we still have the yellow flag up for now due to the showers and the breezy conditions for these special shapes Glodio for this evening. We'll get you word on that in just a few minutes as to whether or not they will be able to do it tonight. Now, temperatures outside are quite mild, 50s and 60s from I-40 northbound. As you head towards the south, though, notice temperatures are much warmer, 70s and 80s for Roswell and Carlsbad. All thanks to Simon, the storm producing light to moderate showers, even a few severe thunderstorms, as I mentioned, in the northeast highlands. Also have that cold front, which will allow for some of these storms to really intensify. So tonight, the remnants of Simon will continue to allow moisture to move into New Mexico and also up towards Colorado, where we do have a flood advisory in effect for southern portions of that state. And then by tomorrow evening, that cold front that I showed you earlier will push through the gap, allowing for those gap winds to pick back up. But again, we expect it to occur in the evening, not so much in the morning. That is good news for tomorrow's Special Shapes Rodeo, where there still will be the possibility of a yellow flag, but it's looking more promising for tomorrow's Mass Ascension. Lows
tonight in the 50s and 60s throughout southern New Mexico, a few areas in the 40s, and highs tomorrow in the 70s for Roswell. Only a slight chance of a shower, and then cooling down Saturday thanks to a cold front. Northern half of the state, we expect lows tonight in the 30s and 40s, highs tomorrow only in the 50s for the Northeast Highlands and the Eastern Plains. Out in the Four Corners, much warmer in the mid-60s. For Farmington, your chance of rain 30%, drying out gradually Saturday and Sunday with temperatures generally in the 70s for the rest of the weekend as far as daytime highs are concerned. Lows tonight in the 40s for parts of Santa Fe, Espanola, Los Alamos, and Taos. Highs tomorrow in the 50s and 60s. Chance of rain looking very good there for the state capital in the evening as that cold front approaches, then drying out by Saturday and Sunday. Eastbound tonight, we expect lows in the 40s, highs tomorrow in the 50s and 60s. Chance of rain 50% later in the day. Here in the metro, same story. Lows tonight in the 40s and 50s, highs tomorrow in the 60s. Again, the chance of rain, although it does say 50%, will be later in the evening and then drying out gradually for the weekend. Back to you.
Okay. Jorge, thanks. Fingers crossed everything works out.
So what else is incredible? Well, what's happening outside across New Mexico. Plenty of ice, snow, and very cold temperatures already in place. Winter storm warning in effect for southeast New Mexico through 5 in the afternoon tomorrow. Reports of icy conditions because of sleet and freezing rain, along with freezing drizzle and even freezing fog. Winter weather advisory in effect until Thursday morning for much of eastern New Mexico, along with parts of the Gila, where we have had reports of plenty of light snow. But the big story is the very frigid air. And a winter storm watch is in effect for a good chunk of the state through Thursday afternoon. This is the area that could see some very heavy snowfall beginning as early as late New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Tracking light snow on pinpoint 4 live Doppler radar in areas like eastern Guadalupe County all the way into Quay County, but have had reports of light flurries in places like Raton, Clayton, and as far south as Roswell. And even light snow falling in La Bajada between Albuquerque and Santa Fe, but not significant as far as accumulations, perhaps an inch or two in some locations. But just take a look at the temperatures outside. 13 degrees. This is the coldest it has been since January 24th, and the temperatures are continuing to plummet. Winds currently from the east at 33, making wind chill factors feel like they're below zero. 2 degrees right now in Clines Corners, 3 in Las Vegas and Raton, and 14 in Taos. Again, you combine the winds, which have been relentless all night. It feels much colder throughout the state. 9 below here in the Duke City, 19 below in Clines Corners, 16 below in Clayton. Clovis also 16 below, and it feels like it's 15 in Alamogordo and 1 in Roswell. So here are some safety tips for the cold spell that we expect for the next couple of days. Drain your exposed pipe. Of course, cover your outdoor vegetation and bring in your pets, especially on a night like this. And as far as traveling, if you do have to travel tonight, these are the areas of primary concern. Of course, I-40 east of Tucumcari, I-25 around the Raton Pass, 285 around Roswell have had reports of icy conditions there, along with Highway 82 in between Lovington and Artesia. So there you see the snow and the cloud cover over eastern New Mexico and the very cold air in place. And there is our next winter storm right now producing rain and snow for Southern California and even portions of Nevada. That is all moving our way. For tonight, lingering snow showers generally in eastern portions of New Mexico. And then by New Year's Eve, that next storm moves on in, producing light to moderate snow amounts, even heavy up in the mountains, and then we should begin to dry out late Thursday. Now, as far as amounts, they'll range anywhere from a dusting to half an inch in southern portions of New Mexico, up to possibly 2 inches here in the metro, 4 inches possible in Farmington, and even close to 6 in areas like Chama and Raton. So with that in mind, you'll want to stay up to date with the weather forecast, and you can by logging on to KOB.com. Also download our KOB4 weather app for your Android or iOS device. It is free. Tonight, expect overnight lows in the teens for Roswell and Portales, single digits there. Highs tomorrow won't even make it above freezing, and those temperatures remain cold in Chavez County through New Year's Day. Chance for snow looking very good, then drying out early Friday morning, but those temperatures will be quite chilly for the next few days even after that. Below zero temperatures expected in areas like Angel Fire, Raton, Clayton, and Las Vegas. 13 the overnight low expected in Farmington with highs in the 30s there all the way through Saturday and Sunday. Best chance for snow early Thursday morning. For Santa Fe tonight, we do expect that possibility of light snow showers, but gusty conditions expected with highs only in the 30s for Espanola and Santa Fe, and the chance for snow still looking good for New Year's Day. For the East Mountains tonight, we expect overnight lows in the below zero, unfortunately. Highs tomorrow in the 20s, and here in the metro will be cold still with lows in the teens, highs in 30s. Chance for snow picks up early New Year's Day, then finally we begin to gradually dry out, but remain cold. Back to you.